Hello, Matthew Kennedy's back, and I'm here for another review. So today I'm doing a review of a product that I've been kind of talking about for a while and doing a review about, and that is the Suunto Ambit 2. Now I know the Ambit 3 is out now, but on some websites you can find a pretty good deal. I'll include some pictures of current prices, and I'll also include links in the description just to kind of give you a place to go if you're interested in picking up this watch. So I love this watch, and I think it's very comparable to the Ambit 3. There are a few differences, but for the price difference, I think the differences, at least in my opinion, are not that significant. One thing I like about this watch is the altimeter. This watch does have an altimeter, so for your elevation gain and things like that, it uses pressure-based altimeter in the watch versus GPS elevation. So a lot of sports watches or GPS watches, they just use GPS elevation. This one actually has an altimeter in it, so it's very, very accurate with your elevation gain. And that's a big thing I like to work on, is getting high in the mountains and getting my elevation gain in. So I just like a very accurate reading, and this watch, it gives you a very good reading. Another thing is, the thing is completely programmable. So if I go in and I want to do a sport and it's very specific, I can go into Moves Count, which is the software that couples with this. It's online, and I can go in and set whatever parameters I want. I can set up my screens however I want when I do my activity. I can, whatever data, and the amount of data that this thing calculates is amazing. I can go in, I can set up, it's probably up to like 8 or 9 screens that'll be running whenever I'm running or hiking or doing whatever I'm doing. It's a multi-sports watch, so you can swim with it, you can bike with it, you can run with it, you can hike with it, you can do all types of things, and you can go in and set up your own. Now there's 10 or 11 pre-made activities in the watch already, but you can definitely go back and create your own and basically set it to the parameters if you want. If you're going on if you're going to run like a 100-miler, you can set the GPS back and make it ping every 5 seconds or every minute instead of every 1 second. Now the accuracy is going to be a little bit off, but it'll give you a ton more battery life. And that's the next thing I like about this, is the battery life. I don't have to worry about my watch dying in the middle of a run. For a 100-mile race, I can, like I said, I can dial the GPS back, and I can, if I do it every minute, I think you can get 50 hours out of this battery. And I don't think it's going to take 50 hours to run a 100-miler, but 50 hours for the minute ping. The 5-second ping, I think, is 24 hours, and the 1-second ping is like 16 or 18 hours. So even if you're getting the most accurate GPS reading, you're still getting like 15 to 18 hours of battery life from this watch, versus the Garmin that I used to have gave me about 6 or 7. So that's a great feature. Another thing I like about it, it's not about the watch, it's about the heart rate monitor that comes with the watch. Now, the Ambit 2 runs off of Ant and Ant Plus. It does not run off of Bluetooth. That's in the Ambit 3. That's the one of the biggest differences, that it now runs off of Bluetooth. So your heart rate monitor is going to be Bluetooth for the Ambit 3. It's still going to be it's proprietary Ant Suunto, but it does work with Ant Plus as well. So if you have Ant Plus gear, it'll work with the Ambit 2. So there's like a double-edged sword. Before I get into the heart rate monitor, there's a double-edged sword with that. While it does work with Ant Plus and it doesn't work with Bluetooth, so all the Ant Plus stuff that you've had in the past will work with this watch. But going forward, Ant Plus seems to be going to the wayside to Bluetooth. So if you get this watch, just make sure that you're going to be using the equipment that you've been using in the past, and you're probably not going to be replace it, because everything that's going to be coming out in the future is going to be Bluetooth. So if you want to be future-proof, then the Ambit 3 would probably be the best option. The Ambit 2 probably wouldn't. For me, it's not a huge deal, and the amount of savings I did on this watch versus the Ambit 3 definitely paid for that. But yeah, let me get back to the heart rate monitor. So the heart rate monitor is very, very comfortable because it doesn't attach on the side like some do. It doesn't attach on the back. It attaches actually on the monitor itself. So let me pull that off here. So there's the heart rate monitor right there, and you can open the back and new battery, all that kind of good stuff. And you can actually take this strap then, you can throw it in the laundry and wash it. It's waterproof. You can go through the laundry. Actually, Suunto suggests that you do that, and then if you want to use it again, you just wrap it around your body and snap. It's very comfortable because it doesn't have a latch on the side or whether it doesn't really dig into your skin. It's soft. It's, you know, stretchy. Very nice. The downside to this, you can't go swimming with it. So the watch can swim, but you can't swim with the heart rate monitor. Now the Ambit 3, you can because the heart rate monitor is completely encased. Now it does have the latch on the side for the Ambit 3, and again, like I said, it's Bluetooth, so those are the differences. But you can swim with the Ambit 3 heart rate monitor. So if you're only running and you care about heart rate while you're running, this is a good option, and it's a lot more cost effective than purchasing the Ambit 3. But again, the Ambit 3 will keep you future-proof, so that's something to consider. Another thing this watch does not have is connection with your phone and getting updates on your phone and text messages and stuff like that. The Ambit 3 does have that feature. It has, you know, steps, anything an activity tracker will have, the Ambit 3 has on it. The Ambit 2 does not. Again, this isn't a huge thing that I really care about, but some people do. So take that into consideration if you're thinking about buying this watch or the Ambit 3. Overall, though, Suunto products are top-notch. They're very, very, very well made, and I think I'm going to have this watch for years. It's a very good watch. It has everything I want, and it works very well for me. My biggest thing is I want a long battery. I want an altimeter so I get really good elevation gain, and I want an accurate GPS reading, and this watch does all three of those. Like I said, it does multi-sports. You can swim with it, open water. You can track your swimming in open water, or you can do inside swimming as well. It does have a accelerometer in it, so you can do inside running. You get your cadence. It'll give you a rough estimate on how far you've run indoors. And yeah, overall it's a solid watch. I just wear it as my everyday watch too because I think it looks nice. So yeah, I would definitely suggest. Now I haven't used any higher end Garmin products. I know the Fenix 3 looks like a really cool product, and I would love to get my hands on one. Again, like I'm not going to go out and spend $500 for a Fenix 3 just so I can see how it works. I have had really good luck with this watch, and I don't think I'm going to go back. Some things I don't like about it, there's not much, is that the one thing is this little hump here. I know it has to have all the sensors and everything in it, but yeah, it's just a bit annoying to have that little hump there. I know the Fenix 3, it's flush, and it has pretty much all the same features as this watch does and more. Even the Fenix 2 has a lot of the same features as this watch does, but it doesn't have that little hump there. So that's an annoying piece. I would like, I mean, I don't really do the activity tracker thing, but it would be cool to get my text messages to just come up on my watch. I've had a smartwatch in the past. I had a Pebble, and it was kind of nice, but I got rid of the Pebble and I got this just because it was more functional for what I needed. So yeah, this is the Suunto Ambit 2. Like I said, I'll edit this video. I know normally I don't like to edit videos, but I'm going to put in some pictures of some websites and some examples of the Moves Count app. Actually, excuse me, crap. Let me talk about the Moves Count app real quick. Hope I didn't break my phone. The Moves Count app is not the best app that you can use with this watch. I mean, it gives you all the data that you need and everything, but I prefer Strava. And a good thing about Moves Count is that it uploads directly to Strava. So every time I do a run, when I plug my watch into my computer, it'll automatically upload my stats to Strava. So I use Strava as my my primary place to hold all my running stats, just because if I switch a watch, Nine times out of 10, it'll work with Strava, so I can have all of my data. So I used to have a Garmin, and now I switched to the Suunto. I had a TomTom for a little bit, but all three of those watches, they all sync to Strava. So I had, cohesion with all of my running data for, the last umpteen years. So just beware, the Strava app isn't that great. There is a cool feature on the mobile app. You can do a little movie of your run, and it'll give you like a little presentation. So that's kind of cool. But overall, Moves Count's good for setting up the watch and developing like routes or plans, setting up a new activity. It's good for that, but for the actual data, it gives you the same information. I prefer Strava, so I guess that's just a preference of mine. One other thing I didn't even think about, I just said routes. You can program routes in this watch, and I did it when I was in, my wife's Japanese, so we were visiting her parents, and they live relatively close to Tokyo, and I wanted to run to the Tokyo Skytree, and it was about it was about 7 or 8 miles one way, and didn't want to get lost in the city, so I set a route, and basically it'll have a map on the screen, and it'll kind of tell you where you are on the map and how to go. So it's not like perfect GPS, but it kind of gives you a route on if you're off your route, how to get back on it, and it'll give you a rough estimate on where to run. So I thought that was really cool, and I got to the Skytree and back no problem, and it was fun. So yeah, overall I really love the Ambit2. It's going to be my watch for a few years now. We'll see what cool stuff comes out in the future, but yeah, I would suggest it. Again, I'm going to put some links for some good prices that you might be able to find for the Ambit2. I might put some, I know there's a good deal on the Ambit3 Nepal edition at REI. I don't know if they have any left, but a few days ago I saw a really good deal on that. So that might be another option too. I'll put some links to that as well. Again, I'll put some screenshots of my moves count just to show you what moves count looks like. And yeah, so in the future, let's look forward to some cold weather running reviews. I have my Ultra 1 2.5 full review to do. I've been putting good miles in that shoe, and I think I'm almost ready to do a review for that shoe. So just keep a lookout for my channel. Again, let's keep running. I know the weather's getting cold, but you got to get out and you got to run. So thank you very much, and hit like, and if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. All right, thank you very much. Have a nice day.